Good morning, winners. Welcome to Terry's Tips. So guys, today we're going to be talking about your DUNS number. What is your DUNS number? Why is it important? What is it actually used for? And guys, it is not just for credit. Okay, so many people have a misconception. We're going to clear it up today because this is something that if you're brand new, if you're a startup, or if even you're a mid-level business, you've been in business for a while, or even if you're seasoned, if you haven't been paying attention to your DUNS number, you don't know what it is, it's incomplete, it's inaccurate. This could be one reason why you're running into issues with funding, with financing, with building business credit, with grants. So let me help you out today, okay? Get a notebook and get a pen. And if you're one of my newbies, welcome. I am a personal business credit guru. I used to work for TransUnion. I have over 20 years of experience. I'm also a self-employed entrepreneur, mother, investor, YouTube, and I upload brand new videos every Tuesday and Thursday morning. I would love for you to be part of our Terry's Tips community, guys. So let's jump right in. So first, DUNS number, what is it? Okay, it's just a 9-digit identifier for your business, guys. It actually stands for Data Universal. You heard that? Data Universal Number. It's an identifier, okay? Think about your DUNS number and your EIN to your business are almost like your social security number to you for your personal. And guys, your EIN is separate than your DUNS number, guys, and you need them both. Your EIN is your employer identification number. That is actually issued by the IRS. That's used for taxes, for your business bank accounts. You want to have your business incorporated, get your EIN, get your business bank accounts, and after you have your EIN, you want to apply right away for your DUNS number. Guys, this is something you can do for free. So if you're a brand new business and a startup and people ask, what can I do now? What can I do now? I don't have any money. This is one of the super important critical things you can do right now, okay? And for your DUNS number, you're going to need a lot of information, but let me first tell you what it's actually used for. And yes, 1,000%, your DUNS number is required to build business credit, especially with Dun & Bradstreet, but honestly for most lenders and most creditors, especially vendors as well. Like even some companies like Bank of America, they have it like listed on their website somewhere where it actually says like you need a DUNS number for some of their products. Guys, literally over 300 million businesses are in Dun & Bradstreet's database and registered worldwide, okay? So this is why it's super, super critical. Now, besides credit, besides lenders, guys, you need your Dun & Bradstreet number if you're going to be a supplier. So if you want to be a supplier for a major retailer like Target or Walmart, a DUNS number is required. Government contracts, government grants, guys. And right now, when I'm recording this video, it's January 2021. Everybody's looking at SBA money and looking at grant money, guys. For a lot of the grants during the application process, everybody's asking for it, and it's required to have a DUNS number. A DUNS number validates your business. It proves that you are a valid business, you're a credible business, you have went through Dun & Bradstreet's verification process to be validated. So that's one reason why they need to know you're a valid, credible business before they move forward to give you a government contract or to give you a grant. Okay, and let me stay right there for a minute for SBA funding. For a lot of the SBA funding, you must have a DUNS number as part of the application process. Now, guys, just having your DUNS number does not give you business credit, but I've done a ton of videos how you guys can get funding as a startup, funding even with bad credit, and that DUNS number, even if you don't have business credit, is still required for the application process. So get your DUNS number, but no, just having your DUNS number does not give you business credit, but it is required for lenders, for banks, for suppliers, for government contracts, for SBA products, for many, many grants. Guys, even if you're an iOS developer, especially associated with Apple, they require a DUNS number, okay? If you want to be a developer, they require a DUNS number. To be honest, most Fortune 500 companies, they require that you have a DUNS number to move forward in their process, guys. And even for potential investors, potential partners, they require a DUNS number to check you out. So if you haven't paid attention to your DUNS number, if you haven't established it, no, it's so much more than just credit. It validates you. And guys, some of you have a DUNS number already and don't even know it, actually even as a startup. So I'll talk about it. And real quick, guys, the DUNS number first is then going to allow you to start building business credit and actually get a business credit score. The most commonly talked about and kind of discussed is a PAYDEX score. your paydex scores with Dun & Bradstreet, it goes from 1 to 100, and 80 and above is a kind of good paydex score. So before you can even start getting business credit scores, you have to have your DUNS number first, okay? Got it good, y'all. So many different uses, super important. Now, how do you get one? How can you get one quickly? What does that process look like? I got you, okay? Super dry mouth today. I'm so sorry, guys. So first, I want you to start with looking up your business. So many people are like, oh, I just started, or I haven't done business credit. I don't think I have a DUNS number. Guys, you don't want to have duplicate profiles that can get you red flags. You don't want to have incomplete information. So even if you think that you don't have a DUNS number or you haven't paid attention to it, start with the DUNS lookup. I'll put a link in the description. Look up your business first, because Dun & Bradstreet gets the information from you, but guys, they also get the information from third parties, from data mining. There may be somebody you did business with and they reported you. And a lot of times, if you have a DUNS number already, remember it's just a 9-digit code, a data universal number. If you have a DUNS number already and you didn't actually set up your profile, chances are there could probably be some inaccurate information, okay? So that's where if you look up your business and you already have a DUNS number and you did not set up that profile, then right away you're gonna go to what's it called? Oh, iUpdate, which is through a Dun & Bradstreet to kind of check the information and update it, okay? So check to see if you have a number. If you have a number and you did not do it, go right to iUpdate, set login information, and make sure you update your information immediately, okay? Now, if you do the Dun & Bradstreet search and you do not have a number, there's some things you need to have before you go through the process. So obviously you want to be incorporated. Guys, when you list your business's name with Dun & Bradstreet, it needs to match exactly on your articles of incorporation and how it's registered with the state. If you put in a DBA as the actual legal name or something of that nature, update it. You want to have your business's name matching exactly for everything, for business credit, business funding, verification, for business, anything related to business. Everything being the same and matching everywhere is critical. Some of you guys are getting denied just because you have incomplete information out there and it's a real quick fix, but you need to know where to go and how to fix it. So enter in your business legal name exactly as your business is registered with the state and on your articles of incorporation, okay? If you do have DBAs, there's another area that you can list that. So list your DBAs as well, okay? Another super important field is your industry. Guys, try to keep this like super kind of broad to kind of give you some wiggle room. You don't want to be in a high risk industry, okay? And sometimes you could be creative about what category you put your business in. Obviously, you must be honest, right? But this is where high risk fields are sometimes investing, or sometimes anything to do with, ammunition, or, sometimes things dealing with funding, okay? So you want to not be categories, be in the category of one of the high risk industries, okay? So you may be, if you're a credit consultant, okay? If credit consulting is high risk, maybe you can list professional consulting or business consulting, okay? Which is actually the truth, okay? But it's a broader category that's not going to get you red flagged. So pay attention to the industry and also the industry code. Another thing is it will ask you things like number of employees. Guys, you don't want to do your DUNS number. Say you have 10 employees, and then when you're filling out applications for the bank or for grants or for SBA, you're saying you have 1 employee or 2 employees. Guys, you're getting red flagged, and sometimes you guys are getting denied because your information does not match. So whatever you put in your DUNS number is what you need to be using on your applications. If you haven't been doing it, start now, y'all, okay? Or fix it, okay? Some of the times they even ask you like your projected income. So you could be very, very new, but honestly, that is super normal to forecast, to predict, to have market analysis. So you can put your projected income, but again, everything must match. Don't put in your Dun & Bradstreet file that you project, or that your income is, or that you project to have, 500,000 in sales. And then when you're doing applications, you're saying your business made $50,000 or you're projected to make $50,000. Guys, everything must match, okay? Now, when you fill out the information, make sure you have all your information there. You fill out, your contact information, your phone number, your website. The more information, the better. And make sure everything is legitimate, everything matches. It's going to be the identifying information for your business. Now, How long will it take? There's a lot of misconceptions about this too, guys. And so Dun & Bradstreet is going to verify your information. You can't just fill it in and you're approved, right? So sometimes they'll mail you a code. You're also going to get a verification email. Okay, and honestly, it can take up to 30 days. So you want to start right away. Look, not now, right now, guys, okay? Now, there are sometimes when you tell them that you're applying for government contracts or a government grant, and it could be expedited. They also have a fee that if you want to expedite it, you can pay for it. Now, there's a lot more people doing government contracts and government grants, and also a lot of people saying that when it really was not true. So they do have, a dedicated team, and sometimes they ask about that. So it does not always work, but it can. And guys, I've even, sometimes if you even contact them, like you put in your DUNS number application, wait about 5 days or so, and then speak to them, let you know maybe you have financing with Apple pending, or maybe you have something with a supplier pending, or maybe you or have equipment financing pending. Sometimes they can expedite it for you. So still put your information in, and then you decide how urgent it is. Do you need to pay a fee, for them to expedite it? Can you wait 30 days? That may take longer, it may take a sooner than that. Do you want to try and let them know, are you actually waiting for SBA funding or an SBA grant or SBA loan, and that is actually true that you need your DUNS number ASAP to get approved? Let them know. Now, another thing to note, guys, Dun & Bradstreet is super aggressive, okay? This is not like personal credit. They are going to market to you, and they are going to market heavy, okay? Especially if you put that application in and then you call to try to get it expedited because you have financing pending. Guys, be ready. You do not need to invest in their services, guys. You can build a business credit on your own. I post a ton of videos about doing it, and many people have paid Dun & Bradstreet thousands, okay, and not had a super great result. Plus, you still also want to pay attention to Experian business and Equifax business, but Dun & Bradstreet is by far the industry leader, and because it's also used for identifying information, you want to make sure that you have a DUNS number and focus there first, okay? So this is where what they market to you guys, just say, I just need my DUNS number. Be strong, y'all, okay? Because you're a new business owner and that money can be used for somewhere else. Maybe you're a growing business owner and that money can be used for somewhere else, okay? Do a little bit of legwork to build your business credit. Just get your DUNS number with them, okay? And then the other thing is you want to make sure, so once you get your DUNS number, you're going to have an incomplete file until you actually start having trade lines actually being reported, or having payment experiences. It's going to be an incomplete file, guys, but it is a start, okay? Especially because some of this other financing, some of the other grants, some of the SBA financing don't necessarily always require you to have true business credit. They just require you to be a valid, legitimate business. And this is one way 1,000% that you guys can overcome that barrier of looking like a credible, fundable business. And let me just note the business address, okay? Yes, you do not want to list a P.O. box. You do not want to list a UPS address. And it is 1,000% better if you have a commercial address, or even sometimes you can use a virtual address to overcome that barrier. But if you are brand new and you have to use your home address, then you do what you have to do, okay? If that's the home address listed on your articles of incorporation and you want to have to list that for your DUNS number for right now, then that's what you have to do. Just know that for some lenders, some grants, some programs, you are not going to qualify with your home number, but not everybody, okay? So this is where you start somewhere if you have to start there, but I'm just going to be transparent that that is a red flag for some lenders having your home address, and for some programs and for some grants, okay? So it's better to have a commercial or virtual address, but if you can't do that right now, then start where you are and update it when you can, and then update it everywhere with the articles of incorporation, with the state, with Dun & Bradstreet when you get a new address. Got it good, guys. All right, so I hope that was helpful. I talked about what a DUNS number was, why it's important, what it's used for, also some tips for getting it expedited, about government contracts and government grants, funding and financing, and reaching out to them directly or actually paying the fee to expedite it. And then real quick for my nugget, guys, you need to stop listening to multiple voices. Oh my gosh, everybody is not your coach. Everybody is not your mentor, and every expert is not right, guys. Even in a day and age where we have, all these YouTube channels, right? And we have Clubhouse, and we have Facebook Lives, and just everybody is an expert. I need you to have some discernment. I need you to find out who's aligned with your goals, with your vision, with your purpose, with maybe your industry, with your brand. You know, every expert isn't even right, guys. To be honest, there's more than one way to get to a goal. So how one expert does it and how another expert does it may be a little bit different. Doesn't mean that one is right or wrong, but a lot of times there's multiple ways. Everybody's journey is a little bit different. And when you're listening to 10, 15, 20 different voices, you let everybody pour into you. You're like running around in circles, like you're confused. One person tells you to do this, one person does that. Guys, no. And honestly, for your mentor, for your coach, for the person you're listening to for guidance, it's not always even 1,000% about money too. Some investors, some coaches, some influencers are more about impact, who they help. It's not necessarily always about the dollars. Some are all about the brand and their net worth. Like, it varies. So my advice to you is find maybe 1 to 3 max. And maybe you listen to some information, but you really have to see who is aligned with your goals, with your purpose, with your ethics, with your character, with, in alignment with what you're trying to actually do that has some results. Who do you connect with? Okay. After you listen to that video, you say, or you listen to that information, if you don't talk to them one-on-one, you say, you know what? I needed that. They poured into me. But don't let everybody pour into you. All these multiple voices is having you guys run in circles. Stop listening to too many voices. Get your 1 to 3 max that are really for you, are really going to help you grow. Listen to other information, but take it with a grain of salt, okay? Every expert is not an expert. That's a whole nother video. And every expert is not right. Amen? All right, so I hope that was helpful. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and have an amazing day on purpose, guys.